When the Great Khali became the #1 contender to John Cena's WWE Championship in 2007, fans were like, oh great, Cena is gonna face a guy who can't even move. But by the end of the feud, Cena didn't just beat Khali, he single-handedly made him look like an absolute monster. The Great Khali was a legit monster, 7 feet 2, 400 plus pounds. He was a scary looking dude. Remember, this was the Great Khali we were promised, not this.
You are the tooth fairy.
So it all began on the Raw after Backlash '07. John Cena called out the attacker of his Backlash opponents, that's Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels and Edge. The Great Khali revealed himself as the attacker and all it took was one big boot and a double-handed choke slam and Cena was out. It set up the feud perfectly. The Great Khali then faced Shawn Michaels for the #1 contender spot to face John Cena for the WWE title, which he won by knocking Shawn Michaels out with a double-handed chokeslam at the announcer's table. The same night, Randy Orton and John Cena also faced off. Now, as this match was going on, the Great Khali, now your new #1 contender, he just walked out, didn't even make eye contact with anyone, took the WWE title, knocked John Cena out with the title, and he just left. The Great Khali doesn't speak any English. Just through his mere presence and his actions, the story keeps moving. The following week on Raw, John Cena is sad. He wants his title back. For the first time, we get the introduction of Ranjan Singh, the manager/translator of the Great Khali. Khali just gave a classic heel promo only in Punjabi, stating that he will become WWE champion come Sunday at Judgment Day. But if you watch this promo closely and if you know Punjabi, you can spot something hilarious that nobody has ever talked about.
Hey, abhi bolna? Kali, abhi bolna?
Ranjan Singh is saying Abhi Bolna, which means speak now. And he says that number of times. He's literally feeding Khali his lines on a hot mic. It's a tiny detail that proves how critical Ranjan was here, because I think the Great Khali forgot his line over here. It's a secret, but you will only catch it if you know the language. Anyways, the Great Khali before Judgment Day had never been pinned and he had never been submitted. Come Judgment Day, the Great Khali dominated most of the match. He barely moved. But somehow, John Cena found an opening. He locked Great Khali into an STF submission. Cena won. Or did he? The Great Khali's foot was clearly under the rope, but the ref, he didn't see it. So, when the Great Khali tapped, it wasn't a loss, it was controversy. And that's genius. Why? Because the Great Khali doesn't lose any credibility. And Cena, well, he still gets the win. He gets to keep his title. Obviously, due to this controversy, the Great Khali wants a rematch. Heck, John Cena wants a rematch because now he knows he can beat the Great Khali. He's not scared of him anymore. This interaction once again leads to the Great Khali standing tall. I mean, throughout this entire feud, the Great Khali never lost any momentum. Cena carried himself like the underdog in his promos and even in his matches. That built the Great Khali as this heel monster. So even if the Great Khali had won the title in 2007 by beating John Cena, it wouldn't have been surprising. But hey, we are talking about '07 John Cena. That was prime John Cena. Saturday night's main event used to be a regular thing back then, and John Cena vs Great Khali was added in a non-title match. This was just there to hype the title match, which was less than 24 hours away from one night stand. All it took for the Great Khali was one chop to the head, one double-handed choke slam, and a nonchalant pin by the Great Khali for the win. This match made people question who exactly would win 24 hours later. 24 hours later at one night stand. This time it was a false count anywhere match. And in my opinion, this was the best match in their feud. As usual, the Great Khali dominated like 90% of the match, but all John Cena needed was an opening. He just needed to survive. They fought through the crowd, they fought through equipment areas, And then that moment, John Cena lifting the Great Khali. From an in-ring psychology standpoint, this moment did two things. One, it made John Cena look superhuman. Lifting Great Khali is no mean feat. And two, it kept the Great Khali's aura intact because he didn't go down easy. He got dropped off a crane. John Cena then pinned the Great Khali for the 1, 2, 3, and just like that, in a single feud, the Great Khali was submitted and pinned for the very first time in his WWE career. This feud was all about John Cena surviving against the monster in the Great Khali. What happened between John Cena and the Great Khali in their short feud was nothing short of a really good storytelling and smart decision making. Cena continued his long title run. 2007 was the year of John Cena. And as for the Great Khali, weeks later on SmackDown, he won the World Heavyweight title by winning the 20-man Battle Royal. He made history as the first Indian-born wrestler to win a WWE title. A really proud moment for me and for all Indians across the globe. On paper, this feud should have never worked, but it did. And it made the Great Khali look like an absolute monster. But the Great Khali was an absolute monster even before joining the WWE. To know how, we should watch this video. As usual, I am Hari from Wrestling Scenarios signing off, and I will see you guys in the next one.